Woman2Woman today. I'm your host, Jen Maseda, and we have an exciting show planned for you. Today we are at Veterinary Dental Services in Boxborough, Massachusetts, with the amazing Dr. Bonnie Shope, the owner and lead veterinarian here, and she is going to be showing us how to clean your pet's teeth, but also telling us about her journey to becoming a veterinarian and a business owner of her own. So, welcome to the show, Bonnie.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, tell us a bit about your journey to becoming a veterinarian, and then we'll go into the business because it's such a great story of women supporting women.
Well, thanks for having me. I decided that I wanted to be a veterinarian when I was in college. But it was interesting because I was told by a mentor in college that I would never get into vet school, so I shouldn't bother applying.
Oh, that's an interesting mentor.
I know.
So then you thought, you know what, sometimes you need that negative reinforcement, and then you say, what the heck? Of course I can do this.
Well, I left his office feeling very dejected, and I thought, all right, I have to figure out what my next path is. And I graduated from college, and I recognized that there was nothing else in the world that I wanted to do but be a veterinarian. And it took going and working in a vet practice as a volunteer for me to realize within 3 months of graduating that I needed to figure out how to do it.
Perfect. And so you did.
I did. I went back to school after college and took some more courses that I needed to take. And 2 years later was accepted to vet school.
Fantastic. Well, that's good for you, but it's also good for all of us and all the animals that you see. So tell us about your practice and how that came to be.
Veterinary Dental Services was first established in 1999 by a mentor of mine, Dr. Laura Levan. And it started as a mobile practice. She went into different veterinary hospitals in the region, and she eventually established Veterinary Dental Services in Acton. And I worked with her for about 10 years. And then in 1999, I was able to buy the practice when she retired. And we have grown the business ever since. And a year ago, we built this facility here and have grown the business. We now are in a 5,300 square foot practice with a lot more room to see patients and treat our patients.
It's a beautiful facility. It's so modern and so clean and so welcoming for animals. I mean, from the steps that you have that are leading up to the lab tables, to the toys, to this comfort space that we're in right now for pet owners to come and relax. It's an animal is so part of your family. You need a space that is welcoming and calming and has that sense of support while your pet is going through potentially some surgeries that are pretty significant.
That was really important to me when I was designing this space to really be considerate of our clients that are the ones bringing their pets here, making them feel welcome, creating a space for them to stay during the day if they wanted to while their pet was having surgery. A lot of our clients travel from long distances, or they just don't want to leave the building. They want to be here.
It's beautiful.
And that's what, that this space here, this room has really allowed us to offer that to our clients.
Yeah, it's a great experience room and a beautiful facility, as I said. Now, let's just go back for a minute because when we spoke, you felt really passionate about having the support of that mentor, the original owner of the Veterinary Dental Association. So this is really a mentorship opportunity for you to give back just as the original owner gave to you.
Yeah, I mean, that has been a very exciting part of the development of my career over the years. Certainly I spent several years learning to become an expert in dentistry. And I had many mentors, but Laura was one that, taught me a lot, not just about dentistry, but also about managing a business, working with people, and how to treat customers. So that's been, she was wonderful. And now here at Veterinary Dental Services, we have a residency program, which is a program to train the future veterinary dentists. We don't have very many veterinary dentists. In the world, there's about 150.
You're kidding.
No, it's a really tiny specialty.
That is so small. And of that, what percentage would you say are females?
Oh my gosh, I wish I knew that answer to that question, but I would like to say it could be 50-50. The veterinary industry is graduating predominantly women right now. I don't want to get quoted on this number, but maybe 80% women right now.
It's what you see.
But historically speaking, it was a predominantly male-driven industry. So more and more women are getting into the industry. And so here at Veterinary Dental Services, we have trained one resident. Dr. Carl finished her residency and is a specialist now. And we have Dr. Feigen working here as well. She's in the second year of her residency. So it's been very interesting and inspiring for me to go and train, the future. So
that's great. Thank you for doing that. We took a tour of the facility. So with one of your close friends, your dog Annie.
Oh yes, yeah.
Your fur baby.
Who we have here.
Yes, we do. So I'm looking forward to chatting with her. Yes, and through the facility, you had mostly females working here. So not just the residents that are coming through, but also your staff. Tell us about
so we have 15 employees. So in total, there are 4 doctors here. 3 of us are women. And we have the rest of our employees. So we have 2 men who work here and 13 women. So it is a female-dominated practice. One of the surprises to me when I bought the business and took on a new role, a new leadership role, really, of being a business owner, was this surprise that I was employing people. It hadn't really occurred to me that maybe it should have, but I feel really good about the fact that I am employing people, and our business has grown since 1999. When I bought the business, we had 3 employees.
That's incredible. Wow,
yeah.
That is amazing.
So in 7
growth.
years, we've had that kind of growth.
That's fantastic.
And
congratulations.
Thanks.
So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to learn how to brush your fur baby's teeth using a beautiful model, Annie. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Woman2Woman today. We are here with Dr. Bonnie Shope from Veterinary Dental Services in Boxborough, Mass. And we have a special guest. You want to tell us who this beautiful creature is?
This is Annie. She is a 5-year-old Portuguese water dog. She's my family's dog. And she loves to have her teeth brushed. So I thought she would be a great model for us to teach toothbrushing for those who might be interested.
So who should be interested in this, essentially, and how often should we try this?
Toothbrushing is something that I would recommend that any dog or cat owner do on a daily basis. Really, you need to brush regularly every day for it to be effective. The less frequently you brush, obviously, the less effective it is.
Right. The more buildup of plaque and, okay.
So toothbrushing removes plaque.
Okay. That's it. And how often, because this is great as a preventative measure, but how often should they get seriously checked and cleaned by a professional like you and your colleagues?
Yeah, I would recommend once a year.
Okay, once a year. So this is something that you mentioned, and we were talking before. It has to be something that they enjoy.
Right.
The flavor and the texture of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you want to go slowly when you're teaching your dog to accept toothbrushing. As you can see, Annie really likes the flavor of the toothpaste. There are several flavors on the market, so you might want to experiment until you find one you think your dog will like. And initially, when you're first teaching your dog to accept toothbrushing, just let them lick the toothpaste either off your finger or off the toothbrush. And maybe that's all you do. And then you're done. You do that every day at the same time of day. And you can see I'm petting her. You can, sweet talk your dog. Good girl, Annie. Yeah. And, you use words that reaffirm or affirm what you're doing. And then as you get as your pet gets more used to having their teeth brushed, then you can actually start lifting the lip. And you can see I'm just going in a back and forth motion. And I'm lifting her lip away a little bit. And she's doing some chewing, which is normal. You can see how clean her beautiful teeth are.
They are beautiful. And the bristles on this brush?
They're very soft.
Okay, soft bristle brush.
Yep. And then I often will reload toothpaste as I go. This is edible.
Annie, you're not going to need lunch later, Annie. You are all set, my friend.
So now I'm really concentrating on just the sides of her teeth right now. So you can see she's letting me do this.
She's doing great. And this is because you do it daily.
Yeah, we do it every day. And because it tastes good.
Yeah.
So here I'm getting in the way back of her mouth. And as she chews, it helps to expose those lower teeth in the back.
Yeah. I like opening my mouth like
like you want some?
To the kids too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
This is a lot like
I have to model the behavior.
So now we're going to do the insides.
Oh, okay.
And this is a little bit harder.
Are you getting her gum as well? Is there any benefit to
the plaque hides under the gum at the tooth.
Right.
So you do want to be brushing the crown of the tooth and the gum of the tooth.
Okay.
See, she still wants more.
Yep.
She's asking for more. And now this is even harder to try to brush the inside of the lowers because, they kind of think you're gagging them.
Right.
So I like to give her frequent breaks and just,
That's a good idea.
we kind of settle in, we reconnect. She, recognizes that I'm not being too pushy. And
I can't imagine
if
you would be pushy anyway.
Well, if your dog does start to back up, stop.
Yeah,
Don't force it. If they're really uncomfortable,
Right.
maybe that's done when you're training in the beginning.
Okay, that makes sense. Because you want the experience to be a positive one, so you can do that again. That makes sense. What about their tongue?
Yeah, so this is the way I try and get the bottom teeth in the front.
Yeah.
I'll actually gently put my finger
yeah.
and hold the
Over
mouth
the tongue,
open over the tongue. And she knows I'm not hurting her, but she wants to get her tongue on that toothbrush. So it is a little bit of a fight back and forth between us.
But I mean, just like a human brushes their tongue, should you do that for an animal too?
No.
Okay.
You're not going to... I don't think it's necessary, but they won't allow it either.
Okay.
They just won't tolerate it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you're sort of getting it as she's licking the brush itself. So that's handy.
I mean, if your dog let you, that would be great. I just don't know that it would be possible.
No.
Should we try?
Good job, Annie. Thank you for modeling that behavior for us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bonnie. That is
Very
really helpful.
welcome.
So every day, something that they enjoy, and go slowly, and take breaks.
Take breaks.
Perfect.
Don't push it. Don't expect to become an expert in the first week. Okay. It can take months in some animals to get really good at it.
Okay, that's helpful. So we hope you enjoyed this episode of fur babies getting their teeth brushed. It's so critical for prevention of any disease, any periodontal disease within your beautiful animals. So thanks for watching, everybody, and be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, so that you can follow and like, and we're also on YouTube. We hope to inspire you next time. Bye.